Hi, I'm Ty.
And I'm Becky, and today we are going to be discussing why we have decided to still go on our September holiday this year when there is currently a pandemic around the world. So we're going to break it down into 4 points, and we'd like to have some feedback at the end of it and see what you think. So 1, why are we still going? 2, what preparations have we made as a family to go out there?
Hardly any.
3, are there any fears? And 4, have we made the right choice?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
So let's start off with, why are we still going?
Well, the reason why we're still going is because we paid a damn lot of money to get out there in the first place. That's why we're still going. All right.
Well, we're meant to currently be out there right now.
Yeah.
So we did have the choice to move our holiday or to cancel our holiday.
No, we couldn't cancel the holiday.
No, because it was back.
No,
it was
we couldn't.
ages ago. It was ages ago. Yes.
So, right. So I need to break this down very quickly to a lot of people, because of course when I'm on Facebook and I'm a part of quite a few groups, and I see people asking the same questions and people giving the same answers and people still asking the same damn stupid questions. If you look at your T's and C's, it's very clear. The only way your holiday can be cancelled if you're due to go on that day and the holiday is cancelled due to flights or so forth. If you're looking to cancel your holiday and your holiday is like 4 months to go, you already would have paid your balance, and if your flight is still unable to go, you would have to go. If you want to cancel your holiday, look at the T's and C's. It'll tell you what percentage of that money you have paid you will lose.
Yeah, you lose.
You lose the money. So a lot of people are having to go to the airlines and so forth and saying this is out of order, you're making us go and so forth. They're not making you go. But it's in the terms and conditions. Unless they cancel it, then you'll get your money back. That's the only way you can get your money back. Now, I do understand that they are also travel agents, and not travel agents, actually the airline companies who are doing this are saying they want to give you vouchers or so forth. And a lot of people are saying, well, I just want my money back. Well, if you take the vouchers, at least you then have a holiday prepaid for.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready to go on a holiday again, you can go. My thing and my thinking behind this is, if you had the mentality that you was going to go on holiday, still have that mentality.
Yeah, still have something to look forward to.
Exactly, have something to look forward to later on. So I've seen a lot of people blasting the likes of Virgin, BA and all the others are saying, yeah, I've already held on to my money, I don't want to go, I don't feel safe. Well, that's great, but then still keep your money, still keep the holiday prepaid for, and then go later on once you feel it's safe to do so.
Yeah.
Now, if you're hell-bent of not going, you still got to pay that money. If the holiday gets cancelled, you get your money back. Now, it may take a bit longer to get the money back because a lot of people are asking for refunds.
Yeah.
So that slows the process down at the same time of what part of the queue you will be in. So you have to remember that. So while we're still going, it's one, because I'm an optimistic person and I believe by the time we go in September, we will be safe.
Yeah.
If I wasn't optimistic about that, I would have looked to try and cancel and maybe kept the holiday up until this point now and then got my money back. But the way I looked at it was, we needed this holiday as a family.
We've been waiting for so long to go. We didn't want to cancel it.
Yeah.
And we've got so many other things we've got to prepare for next year, which is why we still chose to do it this year.
That's correct.
So we have moved it to September.
Yep.
And we are positive thinking that we are definitely going.
I'm positive thinking.
I'm really looking forward to it. So that's why we've changed. So maybe let's move on to the next subject. What are we preparing while we're out there beforehand? Have we made any preparations as a family?
No.
At the moment,
okay.
no.
Yes, you have made preparations, apart from with the villa we're going to, the theme park tickets that we've got, and the spending money that we have as well. That's the only preparations.
We've only prepared for things like that, which is what you'd do normally
that's a natural
when you
thing.
go out there. Obviously, I'm preparing. Well, you just don't know what to prepare for, do you? You don't know what the parks are going to be like.
But one thing is, though, they've within the state of Florida. So if you've got the state of Florida, then you've got each county as to what each mayor, whatever, has prepared, what the certain rules are. So the governor of Florida has stated from tomorrow, the 4th of May, that there's going to be a phase 1 of opening, which is 25% of capacity for not the theme parks, just for small businesses, apart from gyms, schools, and so forth. So that 25% capacity is for the likes of restaurants. So if there's a restaurant, they can only have 25%, and that can sit on the inside, and then they can also still serve on the
Sit
outside,
on the
outside as well. Phase 2 then moves up to 50% of the capacity, which I think is when the likes of the theme parks will then open. So if we're looking at 50% of each capacity, I think Magic Kingdom holds about 100,000, so they will have a limit up to 50,000.
Yeah.
And then all the other parks, they have their own capacity, which they don't actually disclose what that capacity is.
That's still a lot of people, though, isn't it?
Oh, the 50,000 is still...
It's only really Christmas Day that they
get
hold their full
100,000. But even with the 50,000 capacity, that's the limit for, they won't even reach that much, just because people will still have the fear
of going out there.
So they can still operate at the 50%, knowing they're never actually going to reach that.
I don't think a lot of people will be going.
No.
So things maybe we've prepared for are, we've just discussed things like we're definitely going to do packed lunches in the day for our children and us, and we're definitely going to be having breakfast every day at our villa, and then the only thing we've got to think about eating outside is our dinner. And the only thing I'd like to avoid maybe is like buffet style restaurants, but there's not really that many. We don't do the Disney. We don't do the Disney breakfasts and things like that anyway. So I'm okay with things like that.
I am as well. I am.
So that's maybe things we've thought about preparing for. Any fears? Do we have any fears?
No. Do you have any fears? It's not like, do we?
Ty is a very relaxed person. So
I am just
he's just like, let's go on holiday, it's fine. Whereas I am a very panicky and nervous person. So the one thing that I am really nervous about is the flight. I'm not nervous about being in Florida at all. I'm nervous about being on an aeroplane.
She's nervous about stepping out the front door right this moment in time.
I am nervous about being in an aeroplane, confined in that small space with hundreds of other people. That is for 9 hours, so that is my one fear. So I don't know what the aeroplanes are going to do to prevent any closeness, because how do you do social distancing on an aeroplane?
Okay, well, you did have one good idea before, which was have every other seat available. So if you had a bag,
a row.
So
a family in one row, then an empty row, then another row, then an empty row. So every other row would be empty.
That's all 6 feet apart, basically. But
you still feel a bit more comfortable knowing that someone isn't right on top of you. And I don't think they should allow, like, we've booked seats. We've got 2 seats together, and we've got a spare seat next to us. I don't want.
I don't think. At this moment in time,
to be able to put a stranger next to me.
Because you'll be able to pick your own seats. But I don't think people will want to sit next to someone that they don't know at this moment in time. Now, if the airlines were smart enough and they did have that guidelines of having every other row, I think that would encourage a lot of flyers to take to the sky again. Because at this moment in time, do you want to be sitting back and then some guy or woman behind you or child starts coughing at the back of your neck? It's bad enough when this pandemic wasn't going on and you had that little notion, someone coughing, and you feel a bit of spit at the back of your neck and you want to stand up and, anyway, back to my non-violence of myself.
So that's one of the fears I have. Also, what are they going to do different in the parks? I mean, I know Disney beforehand was putting a lot of hand sanitizers everywhere.
I think that's going to be the norm. I don't think that's just about down to the theme parks. I think wherever you go, I think it's going to be clothes shopping, supermarkets. Wherever we go now, we're going to be required. I think we're going to be required to hand sanitize when we go and then hand sanitize when we leave. And I think you're going to have people at the door watching and making sure that is done. And I think actually, if they don't do that, I think that's what they should do, especially for retail and so forth, because you're walking in there and then you're picking up clothes and you're trying on lots of stuff. It'll be at least one conscious thing you can kind of think of is, I know I'm in here and people have sanitized their hands.
They were also saying that they were going to test people's temperatures, but I don't think that'll work, because 35 degrees out in Florida, you're going to be sweating hot. How are they going to get an accurate reading?
Then are they going to keep on sanitising it down then for the sensor to keep on doing it to get you in a temperature check?
I don't think that's going to happen. But also another fear I have, not just for the safety of the hygiene and things like that, I'm worried about, are we going to go out to Florida and then Disney doesn't open, but we still have to go on holiday?
That's one other thing.
So we have to go out there because our flight and our holiday is still up and running, but when we get out there, Disney and Universal haven't opened. So, I mean, yes, we can still go out there and enjoy our holiday.
100%.
There's still lovely beaches. We can go down to Key West.
Or Miami.
Or Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've got a lovely, lovely resort complex that we're staying on, and we've got our own private pool.
Yeah.
So things like that, I'm not worried about. It's how do you break it to your children that you're out there and you can't go to Florida, you can't go to Disney or Universal?
Well, you just drive past a little sign that you can go through and say, look, we're here, but we're not here. Where we can't
That's
go.
the one thing as a parent, I'm worried about, because how do you break your kid's heart and tell them they can't go to Disney?
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to bring up is, have we made the right choice? So we think we've made the right choice.
I do. Like Rebecca doesn't. Hand on heart. If she puts her hand on heart,
okay, 75% of me, and then thinks yes. 25% of me has its doubts. So I am a bit concerned, like most of you probably are. But obviously, we're still going in September.
Yeah, 100%.
And
we're definitely going.
We just like to know.
Even if she can't go, I'll pay the admin fees to get her name off the booking to say she ain't going. But me and the kids,
my babies are going. But
going.
Have we made the right choice, guys? What do you think? Is anyone out there? Are you guys still going on holiday this year?
And if you are going on this year, what precautions do you think you may take, or what advice have you taken, or what concerns countries? What is that government doing as well? So we're going to leave that up to you. Leave your comments below. Press a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to us. And again, I'm Ty.
I'm Becky.
And we are What the Night Say. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Bye.